Hello and welcome everyone. This is Yaniman bringing you another Fleet Ops audio commentary. I get the pleasure of bringing you a 1 versus 1 on Duel II. Boggz versus Ray320. Starting off, Boggz is the White Federation up here at the top left-hand corner, and Ray320 is the Klingons down here in the bottom right. Orange Klingons, that is. Now, Duel 2 is a two-player 12K by 12K map. This is a redo of the original Duel map with a few subtle modifications, and we shall see how they play out. This is actually the first one that I've seen, so I don't pretend to be much of an expert on the changes. There is, however, you'll notice, only a single dilithium mining, dilithium moon here in the center, where that used to be a moon pair, and there's an extra moon pair along the expansion areas. So we see here Boggz is going into a fairly standard build for the Federation, moving straight into his Starfleet engineering, followed by his dilithium mining. He'll be turning around this and perhaps either going for his try or his starbase here. And he is going for a starbase, and the reason he is putting this here is the amount of time it takes to set up an Antares yard will give this guy a little bit of time to move over to his titanium mining. Very, very minor optimization. But when you start dealing with sort of high-level play, you really are just like eking out the left and right, like 3 millimeters of optimization, and these things do come in handy later on. Down here we see the Klingons pretty much doing an odd, so they're starting off with their star yard and with a titanium mining. Now this one I really don't get. Normally, you usually end up with a dilithium locked for most races. However, Ray320 here is going for his titanium first, so I'm not exactly sure what he is doing here, what he's expecting. Maybe this is just sort of a standard play for him. A little bit of scouting, apparently. Not really getting into his dilithium right on. So you do see, however, he is going into his Quebec classes and moving straight into field research. So he's got his central facility, which will give him his Quebec classes, and then he's moving into his bird of prey yard here, which will give him access to his Borels and Cavorts. However, as he is putting out his field research, we expect the Cavorts to be coming out here very shortly. So you can see in the meantime, Ray is doing a little bit of scouting. Boggz moving, having finally researched his chassis level 1, moving into Intrepids. His mining station about to be completely finished there as he gets his titanium going on here. So Boggz pretty much mined out here. He's got everything doing what it needs to be. Fairly standard, right up your alley, fed build here. However, you'll notice that he is going a fairly early expansion here, right off one of the natural expansions here off the center. Ray here not really putting out, well, we'll see how he goes here. He's got a miner here not doing much of anything. It looks like a little bit of Fed Scout got bloated up and by this one Quebec class, and oddly enough, this sucker here is an extra Tompei. Don't know what in the world that's all about. It does appear that Ray320 is moving over to the far left looking for this expansion. Now, this is going to provide a little bit of interesting tension between these two folks as they have both expanded to the left. Now, I don't know if Ray knows everything about this map. Now, give Boggz one little bit of credit here. He is the map maker. He knows every little inch of this map. And Ray, apparently this is the first time he's seen this, perhaps with a little bit of bitmap look, but this little bit here is going to be an interesting tension between these two players. Ray is moving straight into the Dilithium, looking for an early expansion here, while also trying to scout out, trying to figure out where the Feds are expanding. Feds are moving out. Boggz moving up another mining ship here with an Intrepid getting a little bit of scouting going on. Ray also doing some scouting here with his Comfort out on the board. And we're looking for Ray to set up his mining here as he is moving his mining ship over here. Any second now. Boggz here with a little bit of the upper hand, getting pretty much his mining with his station here. Platform station, going to be able to give himself all that defense that he needs. This Tompei moving over towards his second Tompei moving over towards the Dilithium moon. However, Ray still not expanding there. Instead, going perhaps for his offensive ships, trying to get a little bit of that offensive power out on the board. You can see, however, that the Klingons have found Boggz's mining operation here. Have a pair of ships a little bit afraid to take on this platform, which Boggz has pretty much immediately turned into a pulse platform. You don't see these very often, however, because they don't have a lot of offensive value, but the ablative armor on these guys make these just nasty against these short-range ships, such as the Covort here. Now, this Boggz class is a medium range, so it doesn't touch on the strength of the ablative armor passive here. However, these guys still do a decent bit of damage, going to allow the Feds to feel a little bit comfortable here for a little while. Ray's still doing a decent job scouting, but Boggz is moving. He has gone past his Starfleet science, already got that up, moving straight into his Starfleet command. You can see the normal profile of this building, the circle with the cross in it. That is the savior of the Feds here as he moves up, pretty much still staying with Intrepids, as there are really no conflicts going on here. Ray still doing lots of scouting, good scouting actually by both folks here. Boggz getting a little bit of scouting going on here, trying to peek in on the Dilithium main of the Klingons, bringing in a second Intrepid. That is going to provide a little bit of firepower here. The Klingons going to feel a little bit squeamish here as they take on two. Question is, where is Boggz warping? Ooh, warping in about 5 seconds. A pair of Intrepids going to be moving in over here as we see what Ray is going to end up having to do. Wow, take a look at these Intrepids pounding out a little bit of shields off of these guys, doing a decent job here. Going to move in close, going to get a little bit of... Oh, wow, just a pair of Intrepids really burning down on this Tompei. I'm expecting a warp in here any minute now. Some torpedoes getting some shots in. Oh, Boggz not quite getting everything he hoped for. Just a wow. But I have to say, a pair of Intrepids have not seen... Wow, can I not say that just a pair of Intrepids have managed to almost kill a Tompei class? That would have really, just a little bit of different timing would have killed that sucker, and that would have been just a cheap kill. So here we see Boggz with the roll of the dice, going to grab a... What is this? Oh my goodness, we have what looks like a Galaxy, an Intrepid, and perhaps an Ambassador, if I'm seeing that right. All the way down here into the left, trying to get a... Ooh, wow, that's an Ambassador and a Torpedo Refit Nebula. Down goes the Klingons as this little bit is going to just tear into this guy, and you can almost just bet Boggz is going to toggle his Nebula Torpedo Refit here almost immediately, expecting that any moment now as these guys just burning through this guy. There's the toggle, and down goes the shields of this Char class. These guys looking to get a fast kill here. Almost Boggz doing a little bit of miss micro here as he is splitting his DPS, having taken the shields out of this Char class almost immediately, but then not focusing on it. Now these guys are going to focus on this one Tompei class. The Tompei is going to get bloated up. Boom goes that Tompei. Now it's time for these guys to get out of here. This Excelsior is going to be the first and primary target of these Klingon guys as the Feds are trying to get some kills here. Again, this is a little bit weird. Boggz spreading out his DPS, not doing a good job of concentrating fire, oddly enough. However, this Boggz class is moving out, and the Klingons are going to end up losing a ship if they don't watch out. Down goes that thing if it does not hurry up. This Nebula trying to get that kill off on that darn thing. This Excelsior trying to get away. Boggz not getting that cavort kill. Oh, but he is trying to do a little bit of transport thing here as this guy is lost a little bit of... Oh, wow, he's going to lose that Excelsior. This Ambassador sticking around, trying to get a little bit of kill here. This one cavort going to lose its crew as it has managed to die, losing life support. As his Ambassador going to very easily just waltz out, not really afraid much of anything here. As the Klingons have lost cavort, and Boggz going to try to salvage this sucker. The cavorts, however, is not going to be an easy loss here, isn't an easy capture, as these guys going to turn right around, going to look at burning through this guy. They're, oddly enough, Ray focusing on the warp-in ships here, should either take back this cavort, or there he goes, trying to take back the cavort, going to get that. As the Klingons and the Federation here fighting for the salvage. Feds here know they're in a decent position here with this pulse platform as it gets a shot off. These guys need to get a little bit closer in there. These guys taking, the Klingon ships taking a little bit of damage here. Again, this cavort ship, a little bit just derelict, hanging out here, just waiting for someone to take it. Klingons looking to not even, just not going to give it up. They're just going to blow it up, not give it away, and the Feds are moving into their Armada yard. These guys are moving up in the world. Let's see if there are any, oh, monsoons are out on the map. Boggz about 45 seconds away from another warp, and as we see the Intrepid moving it on Ray's Tritanium expansion, going to get a kill at least here. These three guys going to move in, got to burn something down and run. Oddly enough, I would have expected, wow, I mean, I'm really impressed. I have just never seen Intrepids used like as such great raiders here. They have managed to pop in, get a kill, disrupt some mining. It is probably due to one of the passives here, which I am just not... these guys doing really good against the medium range stuff, such as the Boggz classes. And these guys here, the passive for them, allowing them to, oh, well, whatever. Anyways, Intrepid is doing a really good job here. Boggz kind of in the driver's seat here, setting up a phaser platform on his try, setting up another platform here in the middle, probably, crap if I know, sensor platform. Ooh, a warp in here, a sensor refit, and a, a torpedo refit, and a sensor refit. These guys are just going to hang out here. This Nebula class is going to be able to hang out here and do lots of shield damage. That's what these Nebula refits are good for. And the Feds here are going to hang out here, pumping out an E2. Man, Boggz really moving into the late game. Klingons, Ray320 hanging out in the early phases here, trying to get a bunch of cavorts going on. Nonetheless, not able to really hold any sort of map control here at the moment. Just not being effective as some monsoons coming out against their passive is good against this high density shield generator, good against long range, not really going to be great. However,